today we are working in a different space because that's just how I have to do it today. We're going to do the Infusible ink video. Now, I am doing the Infusible ink tote bag, and the reason why is because as much as Infusible ink seems to not want to work with me, the person that I'm making this for Christmas is so awesome that I'm willing to accept the hardships of the Infusible ink. But this is the tote bag that I actually thought was going to be much bigger than what it is, but it is not, so that's kind of not my jam, because I thought it would be much bigger, because this is a large. I ordered a large. Does it say that's the large? It just says tote bag. That was insanely helpful. Okay, so what you need is you need your tote bag or shirt or whatever you're using. You need your Infusible ink. This is the pattern I chose for her particularly. Butcher paper, which will come with this. Cardstock, and it needs to be white cardstock, so don't get sassy and think you can use just any cardstock you want to. And when you get it, it comes in this little black bag, and look at that. That looks brown. The flowers look brown. That's totally normal. This is what it will look like when it's done, but this is what it looks like when it comes in here. And it'll come with like one of those little bags that just say don't eat it. I don't actually know what's in those bags, but the rule still applies not to eat it, and you do need to leave that in there, you know, to keep it fresh. And you need to put it back in the little black plastic bag to keep it from getting sunlight and things like that, because that can mess it up. Okay, so dropping that on the floor, Kit Kat. Alright, now, next thing you need is when you go on your Cricut, you will choose your Infusible ink setting, and you mirror it just like you do a normal iron-on. But when you mirror it, this is where it gets a little strange sometimes, is you mirror it with the ink side up. So this is what you put it on the mat like this, and you mirror it and then cut it. Now, a problem that a lot of people have is, you see this? Yeah, that happens a lot. And I have a maker, so it automatically picks the setting of depth that the knife should do, but it still does that. I don't quite know why. I mean, you can go in and you can mess with your settings and all, or you can just be very patient and weed it. Now, as it says, your hands should be perfectly dry. And it should be, like, no moisture in the air or what have you. So I guess, I don't know, don't do this in a sauna or something. Don't go crazy. Now, I'm using gloves because I use lotion, and apparently my lotion causes problems. Now, they do tell you to crinkle it, and when I say crinkle it, it's just like doing this. But at the same time, here's where those little holes come into play with that being aggravating, because if you've got this thing that has holes in it already, what's going to happen when you crinkle it? You're going to cause more holes. So this is where my problems start. But I'm actually going to show you weeding this, because I want you to see, when I say it's time consuming and aggravating, I want you to know that I actually have a justification for saying that. And this is a Vine font, so just so you know, that's gonna, I probably just made things a lot worse for myself. But remember, you can only do it the size of your Easy Press, and your Easy Press should be set on 385 for fun. And mine's a 9x9 to be safe, I only do like an 8" by 8" or 8.5" by 8.5. I never go above 8.5, and that's just because I think that's smarter. That way you know everything's covered. But I'm going to move the camera a little bit closer, and then I'll let you watch me weed this. Very annoyed. And okay, I don't know how long that camera's going to stay up like that because it just did not want to participate. And you have to make sure you don't pick up the transfer tape on the back, which is basically the plastic, because it's the transfer tape and you need that. You need that for this whole process to work. Now, I am using, they do suggest that you use a pair of tweezers. I have multiple tweezers, and I never normally use them. These have like this weird like hooky thing. Can you see the hook? Yeah, at the end of it. So, out of all the tweezers I have, this seems to be the most useful one. And I'm not like full on suggesting that you do it the way I'm doing it. You will probably find that you're better at doing this than I am. But what I will do is I will not be concerned about like just popping this paper off, because there's a level of patience that I have, and this does not fall in that category. Also, I kind of sometimes have trouble finding out where the rest of that letter is. Ooh, see, I don't like it when it makes that sound. And this does feel like paper. Like, it doesn't feel like vinyl at all. It feels like paper. And I know I look like, with these gloves on, I look like I'm performing like a major operation. But I found this is the only way that I can keep from making a hot mess, because you got to make sure that none of this pattern stuff can be anywhere else on your whatever item you're using. Like, I'm using the tote bag. Now this will make the 4th item I've done with Infusible ink, I think. Yeah, this would be the 4th item I've done with Infusible ink. So like I said, it's not something I feel like, I mean, it's neat, it's very awesome, but it's also not something I feel like just doing like on a regular basis. And another problem, you see how much of this empty space I have? I'm going to cut that down, because I found with me, and this is just with me, so you might have a different experience than I do, because if accidents happen, they tend to happen on my watch, but I find that the more space you have, the worse it is, because the ink has a better chance of, it just has more places to be. I guess that's the best way of putting it. It has more places it can hide. Kit Kat, do not bite me, woman. Woman. Yes, you can cut off, Cricut. I'm not going to be mad at you if you do. I preheated the Easy Press so I could go ahead and put the correct temperature setting in it. Okay. And my cat is beside me because she wants me to turn on her YouTube, her favorite station of cats playing. Not even joking about that. That's an actual thing with her. Okay. And I've seen, like, there is one lady on YouTube, she does this in like half the time, and I'm like, that girl got some ninja skills that I do not have. And I reckon it's because part of it is because I'm very klutzy. And the other part of it is because sometimes when this thing, how do I want to say this? When it cuts and it makes those like little, like you see where it's cut right here? When it does that, I'm more worried that it's going to pull up because, like I said, that's the transfer tape, so you actually need that in order to make this whole process work out anyway. So I'm a little bit more unconfident of my skills. I'll go with that. I like the confidence to just be popping this junk up and being like, woo, I popped it up, woo. Well, daggone, I thought I had like one letter done and I didn't. Oh, don't you do it. Don't you do it. See, it's trying to do it and I don't want you to do that. I want you to stay together and be friends. Okay. Again, another reason why I'm really slow, I don't know if you can see that, but that is an actual rip. That is a rip. Rip. Sound like a really bad rap song. Rip. Stop it. I've got material that doesn't want to work with me and a cat who doesn't want me to work. Well, that's all that material on the floor now. Do you feel better? Do you? I hope so. And when I get to the point where I've lost all patience with one spot, then I'll move to another spot and come back to that spot because that's just how I do things. Oh, see? I already messed that up. That's an actual hole in there now, people. An actual certifiable hole. Crap. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, okay. This is not something I do to feel like calm and relaxed. And then I have like this little thing. It has like a little hook on it. I have not tried this yet, so we're gonna see if this actually works any better. Oh, would you look at that? It doesn't. Okay. And my cat is literally like picking everything up that I put right beside me and just throwing it on the floor. I'd be mad at her, but at this point, I know it's because she wants to watch her Cream Heroes videos, and it's my fault for letting the time-lapse thing fall apart, I guess. Where'd that go? Ooh. Okay. It is starting to look like a letter thing. Now, I will say this is some tips that I got from Cricut, because I told them that I was having some issues. And they were like, well, you need to make sure you crinkle it more. And then you need to make sure that you have it on the right setting on your Cricut machine, and if it's cutting too deep, then you might want to lower the setting. And they basically told me things that I could kind of look at this and go, yeah, I get that, but it's still getting on my nerves. Okay, so where are we at? Where are we at? Okay, there's this one. Okay. I think this letter is actually done. That letter looks done. Okay, so let's see if we can just get this letter done next. Kit Kat, you are breathing awful heavy over there. God, you aggravated with me, aren't you? The little weird hook thing does not work any better than anything else. Okay. Yeah. The letter S is complete. See, now I'm at the point where I'm like getting very impatient. Alright. And this down here. And remember, guys, this is the simple one, because I've seen people do stuff that's like, there was so much design, I was like, how many hours did it take for you to actually just perform this insane function? Ha, 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 ha. Okay, let's see what that looks like. I see some issues. Okay, so I wasn't kidding when I said you had to go back and make sure you got all these little weird, like if some of the I'm calling it cardboard now. If some of this paper stuff sticks, you definitely want to go back and clean it off. Like make sure that it's not on there anymore. Like if it sticks somewhere away from the pattern. Because yeah, that's a thing. Alright. Now let me set my tools aside with safety clips because I'm a safe person. Not when it comes to a wheelie chair though, because those are fun. I am not a safe person with a chair that is fun. Alright. Now, when you have like, I don't know if you can see it, but do you see at the bottom where there's like paper? That's why I'm taking this off. Because I don't want it to have any reason just to get on my nerves with paper. So that's one thing about this, you can cut off as much transfer tape as you need to, but remember, you do need to have enough for it to stick. I know, Cricut. You do need to have enough for it to stick down. Okay. So, you've got your design weeded. You're thoroughly frustrated with it. Next, you have your tote bag. Now, you need to find your center on your tote bag, which is normally pretty easy because it's in between the two lines. You need a smaller mat. Kit Kat. Oh, God. Which my cat has decided is hers. You put the smaller mat inside. Now I have a big mat too, but that's just because that's what I do. Then you take your cardstock. Now you can cut this down and do all that, but I don't. I think I have one piece that I cut down, but then I was like, I give up cutting stuff. There is a patience limit for me with all craft projects. Make sure it covers the space that you're doing though. Go, look at this. It looks like we almost have something working. Okay, now hear me out on this one. You need a lint roller. This is like a ghetto person's lint roller. if you've ever been at work and you've had lint on you and you've gotten stuck somewhere, this is where you're at. I do not recommend doing this. I recommend that you have a lint roller, but unfortunately, and I'm not naming any names here, but I'm pretty sure my lint roller got hidden away by someone whose name I'm not going to say because I love them so very, very much. Okay, so you do want to go ahead, give a little bit of time. Kit Kat, you literally are just moving everything today. Get the moisture out. This also makes an imprint pattern, which I find super useful, but you might not. You know, everybody's different. I like imprint patterns. Okay. Find your center. Stop it. Try to make it as even as possible. Get your butcher paper. This one came with 2 because I guess they were being extra generous with their time. Make sure you cover the entire design and hit start. You want to do this for 40 seconds. Now, because this is the Easy Press 2, it has a timer on it. So that's one good thing about it. Also, I've heard people actually take this pattern, like they'll make a pattern and then they'll reuse it. Which I have not done. But the reason why they said they did it was because it actually gave them more of a faded look on the next project that they did. So I don't know if that's true, but if it is, that gives it a faded, like, as much as I hate to use the term acid wash, it gives it like an acid wash look. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut off my Cricut Easy Press because I am. It takes forever for that thing to cool off. Alright. Now, moving the camera. Hi! Okay, now, it needs love for a second. You remove the butcher paper. Now, like I said, you need to let this cool completely. It really doesn't take that long to cool, but you do need to let it cool completely. And as I have said, I really don't like infusible ink, but the lady that I am making this for is my Sunday school teacher, and I love her so much. So, basically, anything she wants, or likes, or if I think she'll like it, she's going to get it, because every year at Christmas, and I'm really bad about giving people tote bags, because I don't know anybody who cannot use a tote bag. I've never met anybody who can't use a tote bag. But I try to make her something homemade every year for Christmas, because she's just awesome. She's just awesome. So she gets this, and she's getting this, and a cup, and a little zip-up case to go in this. At this point, she might be getting a cat. If this one, stop cleaning yourself. I don't know, but she's definitely getting this. And I bought this bag with the intention of doing her initials on it, and I'm still mad that I'm looking at it, and it's just like not as big as I wanted it to be. It is nowhere near as big as I wanted it to be. Blah. Okay, so it's done. Couple of things I didn't take into consideration. I mean, it looks fine, but I mean, a couple of things I didn't take into consideration is I bought the black and white flowers because I thought it would complement the black, and it does, but it also gives it a very faded look to it, kind of, because of it having so much white. but I'll show you what I'm talking about. But it's actually, it is very cute. And see, the deal with Infusible ink is like, it's ink. It's on there. There's no vinyl. It's done. It's on there. It's permanent. So you take your junk out of it, which you had to use a lot of junk just to do this. Probably because it's inked on there. And see? But did you notice it didn't get anywhere else but where I wanted it to go? And that's because I used gloves. The first shirt I did, they could not tell me why. It had spots everywhere, but it was because of lotion. So if you wear lotion, you probably need to wear some gloves. And these are surprisingly cheap at Walmart. I actually don't know where I got the gloves I have from. I don't know, now that I think about it. That's kind of scary. I'm sure it was somewhere legit though. But yeah, this is her bag. I don't know. I did get her cup done. That's her cup. It's a Kate Spade. I don't think she's really into brand name things, but I thought it was really cute. I didn't seal it because these, no offense, Kate Spade, these cups are very hateful. And by that I mean I've broken 4 of them. 4 of them. So you do have to be very careful when you hand wash them. Do not microwave. Yeah, you have to be very careful with this. So that's why I didn't seal it either, because I knew that I didn't know how long that was going to last. And like I said, I got her a little keychain, because I thought this bag was going to be bigger, so this made more sense in the perspective of size that I had in mind. But, and she's getting one more thing, and that's going to round out her box. But I'm going to let that, actually that is cool completely. It's done. It's like officially done. But other than that, that's it for Infusible ink. I did kind of give you a rush job going through it to tell you what to do. It is neat. It is very awesome. The idea is fantastic. I think the blanks are limited and they're very expensive for what they are. For what they are. And they do run small. I mean, I thought the shirts ran small, but the bags also run small. And, I mean, my bag's got to have some density to it. Also, I'll know for the future that I need to take all those colors more into consideration. Because I guess I thought that it wouldn't look faded, is what I thought. Because the last one I had was leopard print, but it had no white in it. So I didn't take that into consideration. But I actually really think this turned out kind of cute. Hopefully she'll be able to use it. I don't think she watches these videos, but I'm going to wait and post it after Christmas. Because this is her Christmas present. My cat is snoring. Oh my god. Life's so hard for you. Throwing all my stuff on the floor. But other than that, if you have any more videos you'd like to see, let me know. I'm not going to show you my corner of stuff, but it's a lot that I have yet to work on yet. So much. It's actually kind of terrifying, because it is almost as tall as me. It comes up to here. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good day.